This video, titled Raaga Rasika's Guide to Carnatic Concert Appreciation, Volume 1, will walk you, our listeners, through a typical Carnatic music performance. Carnatic music, as many of you will know, is the classical music of South India. It is widely heard and performed in the 4 southern states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Karnataka. One of the key objectives of this video is to draw the attention of our listeners to some of the highlights of a typical Carnatic music performance. Although there is considerable variation in the theme and duration of Carnatic music concerts, the format itself has become more or less standardized over the last 100 years. A typical Carnatic music concert may last anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the stage arrangement in a typical Carnatic music performance. As you will note from today's video, the main performer, who may be a vocalist or sometimes an instrumentalist, is seated in the middle of the stage facing the audience. The accompanying musicians typically sit on either side of the main performer and often face the main performer so that the improvisation can happen seamlessly during the concert. In today's concert, I will be the main performer on vocals. To my left will be the violinist M.S. Anantkrishnan, and to my right will be the mridangam player or the percussionist Erode Nagaraj. Mrs. Girija Kumar will be playing the tambura, which is the drone instrument, and she will be seated to my left, slightly behind me. The concept of relative pitch is very important and critical to Indian classical music. The main performer is free to choose any note as his or her fundamental, and all other musicians tune their instruments to the main performer's fundamental. Here is where the tambura plays a very important and central role. The tambura is tuned to the fundamental note and provides the drone through the concert, so that all the performers can hear the fundamental and make sure that their instruments are in tune with the fundamental key. In most Carnatic music concerts, the chief melodic accompanying instrument is the violin. Indian texts mention bowed instruments similar to the violin, and these instruments seem to have been in vogue several 100 years ago. In present-day concerts, the violin, which has been directly adapted from Western classical music, plays a very central role as an accompanying instrument. The violin's continuity in tone and ability to reproduce the tune to a great deal of precision and its closeness in matching the flow of the voice have made it the most preferred melodic accompanying instrument. The Carnatic violin as an instrument is pretty much the same as what you would find in a Western classical music performance. However, there is difference in the way the instrument is tuned. The tuning of the 4 strings of the Carnatic music violin is quite different from the G-D-A-E convention that is followed in Western classical music. In Carnatic music, the 4th and 3rd strings and the 2nd and the 1st string are tuned as do-sol pairs. That is, one string is tuned to the fundamental and the next string in the pair is tuned to the 5th note from the fundamental, sort of like an A-E-A-E or a C-G-C-G configuration. It is important to remember here that the tonic key or fundamental note in Carnatic music is not fixed and varies based on the preference of the main performer.